done. I'm about to tell you what I already done.
Guys, this is the podcast Already Done, where me and a couple friends chop it up every week and tell you about shit that we've already done. Yeah. Today we got a very special guest, my boy Dante. Everybody say what up. Hey, what's going on, bro? How you been?
Man, I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Good, glad to have you. So how you living, bro? Tell me a little bit about what you got going on. I know that you run a company called TourSmallWorld.
Yeah.
Correct?
Small World, yeah.
TourSmallWorld.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So basically, it's like a LA-based showcase. It's a touring company. That was a real emphasis. It's a touring company.
Okay.
I take emerging artists, and every month we would go to a different venue in LA. And get these artists to perform on different stages throughout LA. So you're touring LA, you're touring a small world. Small world is LA.
World. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? LA is a small world. So giving these artists a chance to, showcase their talent. They work hard crafting this music, making it sound good. And I wanted to give them a platform to show the world and get on stage.
That's really fucking dope. I respect that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So what are some of like the venues that you guys have played so far?
We started out with some creative spaces. My dog Justin with Good Mood, some good people, Chloe and Soul at Left Method downtown LA, which is like a recording studio that has like a event space attached to it.
That's dope.
So we recorded at studios, creative space. We ended up going to Be True in West Hollywood. It's like a rooftop.
Okay.
We booked Los Globos. Real dope nightclub. The owners of Los Globos also owns the Virgil.
Oh shit.
So we booked the Virgil.
Okay.
And then our latest nightclub that we booked was Catch One.
Catch One.
Yeah,
that's
big,
crazy.
Yeah, like huge.
Crazy.
Yeah, so just just grateful. It's a lot of other venues that we looking to book. We've been going January, February, March, April, every month of this year. Took June and July off because your boy's getting married.
Hey, congratulations!
Thank you. So I'm getting married, having a honeymoon in Hawaii.
Oh, that's dope.
And so one of the biggest. Talking about planning events, man. Planning a wedding is a lot of attention to details, the colors, flying pops out, making sure this person has hotel rooms, the best man, the DJ, So I feel like after my honeymoon and my wedding, today I was shopping, buying clothes for my honeymoon. I feel like when I come back from my wedding and honeymoon, I'm gonna be like a better organizer, a better planner.
Gotcha.
For Small World than I was before I took this break. I don't even feel like I'm really taking a break. You know what I'm saying? Like look at guys in the NBA. They're playing all year, and then they do the playoffs and then the championship, and then we think that they just took this time off until the season starts back up. But the whole time they're
in the gym
grinding. So I'm taking this break from throwing my own events to throw my own event.
There you go.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
you think that throwing your wedding has like helped you become a better planner for?
Yeah, I think it will. I think it will for sure because it's just over the last few months. Well, from planning because I was planning my wedding while planning these shows, but it got to the I owe it to my wife, my fiance. I was like, look, I gotta take off June and July, and I gotta make sure that that everything is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, booking flights for my dad, booking hotel rooms, the DJ, what colors, making sure everybody what is everyone eating, filet mignon or salmon. We're going horseback riding before the wedding. Then we got a beach party. Oh, the bachelor. Oh, we rented out a mansion in what was it, like Hollywood? I had my boy SB there. We rented out like a little mansion in Hollywood. In the backyard. They had a pool, jacuzzi. Me and my fiance. We did like a joint bachelorette party. So
that's dope.
That's a lot of planning that goes into that, and there's a lot of key pieces that makes me think about. All right, when I come back for Small World in August, and September and October, it's about to be 10 times. I'm about to be 10 times better. We about to go 10 times harder. Just really like take it up another level.
I love to hear that. I could tell you personally from experience, I actually did a show for Small World.
Yeah.
And I have to say how professional everything was, and it was just smooth. As an artist, I really felt like it was a special space, meeting other creative people like myself, meeting Dante. That's actually how this all came about, I played a show, and that was it. It was after that, it was history. Yeah. So I appreciate you for creating a space for artists like that,
I appreciate you being there, and it's so dope that you're multi-talented, you're an artist, but you also run a podcast platform.
For sure.
And I'm so grateful that, you came, because if you would never came, shout out to my boy Isaiah, who made that match. Because, you know what I'm saying, if he would have never made that match, this also would have never happened.
Wouldn't be here.
So the thing about Small World is not just the platform, but it's the community behind the platform. Giving people I don't want to say Small World is the end game, but for some artists, it is like that last step in terms of a track, because they're in the studio, they're making a song, they get the cover art, they got the beat, they recorded it, they mastered it, but they don't have a chance to perform it. There's not a lot of opportunities in LA to perform on a consistent basis.
That's true.
There's a lot of platforms that are quarterly, or maybe there's like open mics.
And you might get on stage.
It's a raffle. So some people will scrutinize us, because we do charge artists to get on stage. We have a touring aspect where basically the tour aspect is you get to perform a set, like 3 songs, right? Basically like a 8-minute set.
Okay.
And we would charge artists, say like $150 for 3 songs, right? And then there's a single song aspect what you call our festival. And you perform 1 song is maybe like $65.
Okay.
And so we give artists, what do you want to do? You want to do a set? You want to do 1 song? For a lot of artists that so many people get on stage with us and they never performed before. Never performed before. This is their first performance.
That's interesting.
And it's that's beautiful to hear artists say, like, this is my first performance. And to get on stage and perform for $65, you know what I'm saying?
And now for that $65, what does that include?
So an artist signs up, they're gonna do the festival aspect. The festival aspect, we have like 30, 35, 40 artists performing 1 song. Okay. You're gonna pay $65, $75 to perform this 1 song. You're gonna first get put in a group message with all the other artists. Okay. So weeks before the show, you're in the group message with all the other artists. You get a chance to, be nosy, look at their Instagram, you get a chance to see who you about to be on stage with, see what they're doing, see what type of artists they are. They're gonna be seeing what type of artists you are. We're all talking in the group message about the show. I tell people in the group message try to get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Some people already know each other from maybe the local open mics or previous showcases. Yep. So the first thing I do is put you in a group message. Then I have my boy SB, shout out my creative director. If it's our tour aspect and you paid the $150, he makes you your own personalized flyer. Okay. So you get your own personalized flyer that you can put on your feed, let everybody know that you're about to be a part of the showcase. If it's the festival aspect, it's so many artists. It's like 40, 30, 35 artists. So we don't do individual flyers. We just make one massive flyer. Gotcha. But a lot of artists never seen their name on a flyer before.
Absolutely. That's huge.
So you get put in a group message, number 1. Number 2 is the artwork, whether it's the individual flyer or it's the master flyer, like that with all the names of the artists that are performing. So the second is the artwork. The third is when you actually perform at the venue. We have fans. We bring people to show. 100+ people are at these shows because we have 40 artists. 40 artists bringing 3 to 5 people. We got 100+ people in there. So you're performing in front of a crowd. Plus you're performing in front of your peers, these other artists that you've been in this group message with. Yeah. So you're the connection. So number 1 is the group message. Number 2 is the artwork. Number 3 is the connections, whether that's the fans or your peers that you're performing with, the other artists. Yep. And then our bread and butter is our recaps. So
the
recaps. So I've been an artist. I dabbled in music videos. I'm not the best music videographer. I'm not the best, but I hold my own. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I hold my own. It's I love dabbling in Premiere Pro. I'm still trying to get into After Effects. My boy Isaiah always told me, get into After Effects, but just my time and just trying to, hold down, you know what I'm saying, just so much. I just haven't gotten there yet, but I will definitely get into After Effects, but I have a good feel for Premiere Pro for sure.
For sure.
And I give each artist a 15-second recap.
That in itself, to me personally, is worth the $75. Just the recap.
Just a recap. I appreciate that.
Content is king.
Content is king.
You could do all this shit. If you're not recording it, it means nothing.
There's been plenty of times artist recap has went viral.
I believe it.
Because what I do is every time I post a recap, I send out the invite for the collab. And so I send out the invite for SmallWorld and Bgunz to ask you if you want to accept it, so it'll show on your feed and both pages.
Yep.
And sometimes it'll just 200 views, 500 views, 1,000 views. But every now and then, for some reason, the algorithm will just click and it'll be like 5,000, 10,000, like 10,000 views.
Shit.
And I've done some recaps where like I felt like it was just like a cool little recap, boom boom, 15 seconds, and then bam, 10,000 views.
Viral.
Like, because some of these artists never performed. So since they never performed, not only is it their first performance, but it's their first recap of a performance.
Absolutely.
Because imagine you do your first performance on a showcase and no one's there to record it.
Nothing. I've had that happen before as an artist, so I can definitely relate to that.
Hey, I performed, and if no one knows you performed it, then you didn't perform.
Exactly. If a tree falls in the middle of the forest, no one's there. Do you hear it? Does it make sound?
Right. Who knows? Because no one was around. So
it's true.
So I make sure that these artists that are performing, I take I give them a recap. I accept the collab, so it's now on both our feeds, and I post it on our story, the recap. And then if an artist asks for it, they say, "Can I get this? I want to put it on TikTok. I want to put it on YouTube. I want to put it on like a YouTube short.
Yep.
Or I want to text it to somebody. I want to send it to a blog or whatever. I send it to them. You want me email it to you? You want me text
Absolutely.
it to you? How you want it?
Yep.
So, because I've been an artist before, and that's how I ended up getting to SmallWorld, because I couldn't find places to perform, and then I found places to perform, and they didn't even put me on there. Not even a recap. They didn't even take any type of footage of me and put it on their social media.
That's crazy.
And I paid you $150 to perform. Whether you think I was shitty, what do you think I was, I don't know if I can cuss on here, but
absolutely,
regardless of whatever, you didn't like my music, you know what I'm saying, I fumbled on my words, I got cotton mouth, whatever.
Yep.
I paid you $150.
You didn't get shit.
And I didn't get nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't get nothing. So that left a stain in my mouth, because I had to go scratching, and then I found something I thought was gold, and it was like copper. Yeah. No offense to some of the platforms that I've been on, but I was like, nah, I want to provide gold to these artists. Gold. Here's gold for you. Like,
yep.
You know what I'm saying? Here's gold. And I want to make it easy for you to come and get this gold.
Absolutely.
And so that was my mindset, you know what I'm saying? So, and some people, what? And they're in the comments, $65 to perform one song. Like, I have those people in the comments.
I'm sure.
And
I'm sure that those people are not too serious about their careers.
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. I try to look and see what those people are doing. Like who is this dude?
The fuck is he up to?
And like what who is this dude talking like this? And 9 times out of 10, those is nobody doing anything.
Gotcha.
Is nobody that's impressing me.
Yeah.
And I got artists that definitely impress me. The worst someone can say is like, the artists that do impress me was like, hey, you know what? Nah, man, I'm not paying to perform. You got to pay me to perform.
Gotcha.
And I get that. Our platform right now is tailored to emerging artists that haven't performed, artists that want to perform more, artists that want to make those connections. For those bigger, more next level, higher tiered artists, we try to get them to come and headline.
Gotcha.
We do pay artists to perform. We've had shout out to Huey Briss, shout out to what's my boy name? What's his name? Oh, Airplane James. Then we just had what's the girl name? SB. Yeah, AJ the one.
Yep.
Like we had some dope artists, Huey Briss, AJ the One, Airplane James. We break bread with these artists to come and headline these events, because we want the emerging artists to know. We want the emerging artists to know, like, look, this is what the next level. You think you at this
It's
level.
possible.
It's possible, but also the artists that was, man, I don't know if I should pay the $65, $75. Well, look, these are the artists that we are paying to perform. These are the artists that are being booked to perform at Lamar Park Festival.
Yep.
These are the artists that are at Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
These are the artists that when Coachella rolls around, these are the artists that are at Coachella. So, like, you know, and I try to not humble artists, but like, hey, look, who's booking you right now?
Yeah.
You want to perform? You don't want to pay the $75 to perform. Who's booking you?
It's true.
You're not performing nowhere. Like, no one cares about. You know what I'm saying? Some people got streams, some people don't got streams. Like, some streams are fake. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you can't fake a performance.
It's true.
You can have 1 million streams and whatever. You can't fake getting on stage. We putting you on stage. We giving you a recap by being on stage. That is real.
Real.
Right? You know what I'm saying? And so, and for any artist that is at that level, I try to, you know what I'm saying, that I feel confident, I offer that bag.
Hell yeah.
I offer that bag. So we'll get 40 artists to come, emerging artists, they'll pay $75, you know, 40 artists, $75. I'll take a piece of that 70 of that little pie and try to come out and get a headliner to come in. Hey, look, it's gonna be 40 artists plus one.
Yeah.
So it's 41 artists. It's gonna be 35 artists, emerging artists plus one. I get one headliner. I want these emerging artists to see, like, this one headliner who we paid that bag. This is what's possible. This is, you know what I'm saying? And I also try to get, you know, someone from LA too to do the headliner.
Local.
You know, yeah. I try to get, you know, it's a small world. Try to show love, you know, to the artists that are really, really doing it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Absolutely, and that's huge. And I just wanted to touch on, you know, like how you started all this and where you've come from. You know, like how did your first show look compared to your last show that you just threw? You know?
So the first Small World 1 was in a photo studio.
Okay.
That you could find on like Peerspace.
Gotcha.
Right, $50 an hour for 2 hours. Right, like $100. Like, but they're like, oh, you can invite 50 people or 75 people or whatever. It was like a big photo studio meant for photos.
Yep.
Right. So we went to Guitar Center. End up getting the speakers, the microphone, rented everything, and we returned it later.
Okay. Hey, that's smart.
We returned it later. I had the homie come in, bring his laptop, and he came in, Musa. He came in and had his laptop, and basically it was only 4 artists. It was my boy SB, Energy, my boy Guy Lewis, and Money Moo. I mean, look, those 4 artists, even looking back today, man, like, you know what I'm saying, my relationship with those artists and the history, Guy Lewis, SB, Money Moo, and Energy. Energy recorded at Red Studios too.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever crossed paths.
For sure, I have. Yep.
Yeah. So, I gave him his first performance.
Dope. That's sick.
I really think him and Isaiah met, I think, because of what we were doing back then.
That's dope.
And so, Small World has been crucial into like people meeting each other over the time. I think I shot Energy's first music video, and I was like, bro, you're talented, bro. You're so talented. And SB was rapping, Guy Lewis was rapping, Money Moo. I was like, look, we're gonna do this. I rented out the photo studio. I went and got all the gear from Guitar Center. What else? I got pizza. I got a bunch of.
There you go.
You can't go wrong with pizza, man.
Who doesn't like pizza?
I went and got pizza. I think I went and got like some, like the little what's the little cornhole, like you throw.
Okay.
Yeah. And just I started putting stuff. My boy, the Guy List, the artist, he also runs like a 7 days shoe collection. So I told him, like, hey, bring some of your shoes. We're going to try to sell some of your shoes.
That's fire.
So we tried to like make some little amenities as well, try to fill up the room. And we put this event together. I showed you on my Eventbrite. I always use Eventbrite. From day one, that was my platform. And how much money was in revenue? Yeah. How much was the first
$0.
One? It was $0.
Yeah.
It was $0. And I probably put like close to like 2 bands.
That's crazy.
And this was like 2019, you know what I'm saying? So I was in my 20s. I didn't even have that money, right?
Yeah.
You know, but I put up 2 bands, and I didn't charge. At that time. I didn't even charge. I didn't charge them to perform, and I didn't charge nobody for tickets. It was all money out.
Gotcha.
And that was in 2019. Shortly after that, I got locked up. You know what I'm saying? I was,
to hear that.
Yeah, I was, experiencing some things, and so did a little time. But when I was in there, I was doing a lot of writing. I was like, man, when I get out, I'm gonna fuck shit up, and I'm gonna hit the ground with my music. So I got out, hit the ground with my music. I was like, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing music. I shot some music videos with my boy Isaiah. I was like, man, I was with my boy Joe, my boy SB. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was moving. I felt like I had a team behind me.
Yep.
But then I was like, I want to perform. And I felt like I hit this roadblock, and I started hitting up this different platforms. Some platforms didn't ask me to pay, but I had to sell like 15 tickets. And I was like, 15 tickets?
Gotcha.
Like, I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm selling like 5-7 tickets. You know, I'm like, man, 15 tickets, that's tough. Yeah. Some artists some platforms didn't ask me to sell no tickets, but I had to just pay to perform.
Gotcha.
I paid to perform, but besides me getting put on a flyer with my name, not even like my photo or nothing like that, just my name along with the other artists on just like one graphic. Besides that was it. Never got put on the Instagram, never got put on the feed or nothing like that. So, and then you have the open mics. Yep. And so then the open mics, man, I went to so many open mics, like paying, having my girl come with me, having my boys come with me, paying for gas, paying for parking, paying for drinks for them for coming with me, and my name never got pulled.
That's crazy.
And my name, so I just did the math. I was like, all right, bet. So I was like, all right, so $20 in gas, then $20 in parking, that's $40. And then I bought a drink for all of us. That's $15 a piece. So that's $45. So that's 45 plus another 40. That's $85.
Yeah.
That's $85, and I didn't perform.
That's crazy.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring back Small World, because I started in 2019. That was the first one. Went to jail, got out, started doing music. Couldn't find places to perform. So I was like, I'm gonna bring back my own platform. Back my own platform. But when I brought it back, I was scared to perform. I was like, cause I was like, I want to make sure it runs smoothly. I want to make sure it runs smoothly. So my boy SB, he was still down to perform in the beginning. At first I thought I was gonna perform, but then I didn't, and I was like, let me just make sure it runs smoothly. So, it went from 4 artists at the first one. When we brought it back, like 2022, like December.
Okay.
December 22. It was 11 artists.
So that's already a significant jump.
11 artists.
More than doubled.
And that was at Good Mood. Probably ran me like 500. Like 500,
None of this shit is cheap, bro. Everything costs.
No, and that's just for the venue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? My boy gave me a great deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, great deal, but I still had to pay for like the artwork. I had to do Castro to do the motion graphics for the artwork. The flyer. I run ads to find artists.
Okay.
I run ads. I come from a sales background. You know what I'm saying? So I knew a little thing about advertising and stuff like that. So I ran ads. My boy with SB, he helped me create a lot of flyers for me to run ads to get the artist. He'll create the flyer. I'll run the ads. Artists would be scrolling on Instagram and they'll see this dope ass flyer. We looking for 35 artists. Click the link. We looking for 20 artists. We click the link.
Yep.
And so between running ads, 75-80% is artists will come from ads. The other like 20% will come from us DMing artists, posting on our Instagram, or reaching out to people. So it went from 4 artists to 11 artists. 11 artists at Good Mood, 15 artists at Los Globos, and then I was like, bro, I want to do 20 artists.
Okay.
So then we did 20 artists at the Virgil.
Hey.
20 artists at Left Method. We just kept running it up. Then we was like, hey, we're gonna do, and that was our touring aspect. Was basically artists would perform sets. So we had a touring aspect that was our bread and butter. When we started Small World 1, you did a set. Small World 2, you did a set. Small World 3, you did a set. Small World 4, you did a set. But then it was right around time for Coachella. We was like, we want to do a festival.
Okay.
So instead of you doing 3 songs and you performing a set, you perform one song at the festival, but it's more artists.
Gotcha.
So the tour aspect is essentially like, say, 20 artists performing 3 songs. So the showcase has 60 songs that's being performed.
Okay.
The festival, instead of 20 artists performing 3 songs, is like 40 artists, 35 artists performing 1 song. That's the festival concept.
Gotcha.
And so it seems like it's more hectic because it's more artists, but it's actually easier.
It goes quicker.
It goes quicker.
Yeah.
It's more space. We would still have it for like a 4-hour time slot. The tour would be 4 hours. The festival would be 4 hours. But it's more space in between the artists. So typically for my festival, I have a DJ.
Okay.
The tour is no time for the DJ. You perform 3 songs. Next person get up, perform 3 songs. Next person get up, perform 3 songs.
So there's no breaks in between.
There's no breaks.
Okay.
There's no breaks. I have a host. For the festival, I have a DJ. For the tour, I have a host. The host just gets up there. Next person's up is Bgunz. You do 3 songs. Then the host gets up. Next person is SB. SB gets 3 songs. For the festival, there's no host, but there's a DJ.
Gotcha.
And so I'm basically the host at the festival.
Okay.
And so one person performs and the DJ plays some music, and then and the festival's real dope vibes because it's music being played, people are mingling, and a person performs, the DJ, and people are mingling, and the next person performs. So
sounds like that's ideal for like networking.
That's the festival has been, and that came later, that concept. And so right now, when I come back from my wedding and my honeymoon, we're just gonna run with the festival aspect for like 3 months.
Gotcha.
And then I think we're gonna come back into the tour, doing more sets and different things like that. But for the next 3 months, we plan on just doing a festival for 3 months in a row. Coming back, we want to be back at Catch One. The plan is to come back in August at Catch One, 40 artists. I'm pretty sure my boy SB wants me to have a headliner. So it just, as long as I'm getting the artists to sign up and I have that bag for the headliner, most likely we will have a headliner also.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. So to start out, we started out with a photo studio in downtown LA, 4 artists, 75 people showed up. But it was all money out. Yep. Now, we're booking Catch One. It's a couple grand.
Hey, I'm sure.
Catch One's a couple grand. I'll just say that. It's a couple grand. It was a bag.
And that also makes sense why we have to pay, because shit is not free.
It's not. You're not. First of all, who booking you? First of all, then when they book you, where you performing? Because I've seen some of these places where you performing, bro. Like, I don't need Small World to perform. I'm performing in the alleyway. All right, okay. Cool. I wish you the best, fam.
Whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you. You performed in the alleyway. No one gave you a recap. No one gave you no photos. Go ahead. But also, just so you can say that you don't need my platform, or you can bad mouth my platform. I don't. Whatever you want to do. Oh, you saved 75. Oh, like Jordans. What you got on right now?
I got some ones.
You got some ones on, right? Were those free?
Definitely not.
You could get you some free shoes.
For sure.
But would they be those?
Nah.
They wouldn't be those. You feel me?
Yep.
You saying? So there, your phone, you got an iPhone, right? Of course. You got an iPhone. You could probably go get you a free Obama phone. Yeah. But what you gonna do with that? You know what I'm saying? So the things, the value, we know our value over here. You know what I'm saying? We know our value. We know what we're trying to provide for artists. We know what we're trying to get to. And we stand on that. We firmly stand on that. You know what I'm saying? So some people love us. Some people hate Apple. Yeah. Some people hate Jordans.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? But they market share is still growing year over year over year, and our market share is growing event after event after event. So for every 9 artists that we pick up that does want to get on the bandwagon, we might lose one. But next month we're gonna get another 9 and we're gonna lose one. And next month we're gonna get another 9 and we're gonna lose one. Yep. We're not tripping over the 3 that we lost. We got 27 that's rocking with us. No one else in LA is putting 35 artists on a stage in one room.
No shot.
Nobody is doing that.
Not happening.
It's just we're the only ones in LA that's doing that. And we're the only and you have like the Landmark Park Festival. They put a gang of artists on stage, but we doing it for emerging artists. You know what I'm saying? That's huge. You got a chance to go see Kalen for real, and Airplane James and AJ the One. You get to go see them all perform on this big stage. But now you want to get a chance to do that, and there's no place for you to do that.
That's true.
But 40 artists on stage with the headliner that's emerging artists. There might be some festivals, like I said, the Lamar Park Festival, that's putting some real dope artists. But how often are they doing that? They did it for Juneteenth. When the next time they're gonna do that? Next year? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So we doing this every month, putting 30, 40 artists on stage, emerging artists on stage, giving them an opportunity to perform. Yeah. We doing this every month. No one in LA is doing that.
That's huge, man. That really is huge.
Yeah, that's where we at right now. We're looking to come back in August, looking to come back to Catch One 3 months in a row, 40 artists plus each one. The minimum is going to be 40. It might stay at 40. It might be 40 each one, a 40, 40, 40. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever works.
Yeah, but I think I like that number. We did 30, we did 35, and I think 40 is like a good number for us to be at, like 40 artists, like plus everyone, and all 40 artists bring out someone. Absolutely. I think we can fill up the room with some dope energy and a dope vibe. So that's what we're looking to do in August, September, and October.
Sick. I love that.
Yes,
Can't
sir.
wait to see what you have to come.
Thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
But unfortunately, this podcast is already done.
Yeah.
But shout out to Dante. Thank you for coming on, bro.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
See you. Peace.
Appreciate it, bro.
Man, thank you. Appreciate you, man.